Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. This is my second video for series 2 of the Christmas bracelets. So in this Christmas bracelet, I didn't make the whole bracelet because I want to finish it on camera to show you how to make these individual components. This bracelet is charming. I really like this, and I think you're going to like this too. And the reason I'm doing components, you'll understand when it comes time, when I announced what the contest is going to be, you're going to clearly see why. Okay, I'm making components. Not all my bracelets or necklaces or whatever I make are all components, but this is going to help a little bit come the contest. Anyways, for this bracelet, I'm going to call it Christmas Ornament Bracelet, because it does look like little tiny Christmas ornaments. I thought it was the cutest component ever, and it looks really stunning in a bracelet. You can make it into a necklace, you can make it into an earring, you can do whatever you want with this component. So I need to make another component to finish this, so I thought I would do the component on camera with you so you guys can see how to do this and how to join it and how to add a toggle on it. And that's all I added on it. This is a really unique toggle. I kind of found it to be appropriate for Christmas because it is a heart, but it also has the angel as the toggle bar. I thought it was just really cute. So I only have one of these because I bought a package of mixed toggles and this was in it, and I thought this was so appropriate. And I just joined it here with jump rings, of course, and I'm going to show you how to finish this piece off by using individual components like this. This is so pretty. So this is called Christmas Ornament Bracelet. It's really gorgeous. For this bracelet, each component, I'm going to tell you what you need for just one individual component. So for each component, you'll need 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'll need 12 Superduos, one 8mm pearl. You're going to need 2 3mm fire polish beads or round beads. It could be anything. They don't have to be these fire polish. I'm using a 15-0 seed bead in African Sunset, and this is a Toho seed beads. It's a 15-0. And in this one here, I'm using transparent ruby, which is a red Toho seed bead in 11-0. And I'm also using it in a silver lined in 11-0. And the only place we're really actually using these 11-0s is just on making the join, the rings here to join it, and just adding a few in here. So you really don't need all that many 11-0s in this project. You will need some jump rings. I'm using again my favorite oval jump rings because joining two components with 11-0s, this huge jump ring, it's an oval one. This is I believe an 8mm jump ring, so it's fair size. It holds both of these, and they still have room to move around in it. You're going to need a toggle, and any kind of toggle that you have is good. I'm using, for each piece, I'm using about an arm span of 0.6 Wildfire, but you can use 6-pound or 8-pound fireline, but you are going to need 2 size 12 beading needles. And I say size 12 strongly because you're going to be going through these, and you'll see you'll be going through your component a lot, and you don't want to struggle with a huge needle and end up breaking your beads. You're also going to need some little jump rings. These are a 5mm 18 gauge jump ring, so they're good and strong. I've lately changed all my jump rings to just 18 gauge because they're stronger. They're harder to open, of course, and harder to close, but they're much stronger than a 21 or a 24 gauge jump ring, which I no longer want to use, because to pull this apart is a lot harder with an 18 gauge as opposed to a 24 gauge, 21 gauge. They're just flimsy jump rings, and they're no good to me. Now on the end of this toggle, as you can see, there's a little loop in here. I could add something on this heart. I might add one little dangle, mix up some of my beads on a head pin and do it up. So again, like I said, about an arm span of thread. You don't need a great deal amount for one component. 2 size 12 beading needles, Pair of scissors. You're going to need 2 pairs of pliers to open and close your jump rings. So I'm going to move all this stuff out of my way and bring my camera up a little bit closer and get in view, and I'm going to show you how to make this component. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not sure how many components I'm going to actually need for my wrist, but by trying this on and flipping this over, you can see I still need probably 2 more components. 2 might make it too big, and 1 might not be big enough. So we'll see as we go. I'll make another component and we'll see just how much longer. I wear a size 8 bracelet, so you guys can judge from there what size, how many components you're going to need. So to get started, you're going to thread your 2 needles, like so, and try to get them, you know, fairly even when you bring down your tails. And try to keep your tails short, because someone told me that the shorter your tails are, the less likely you are to get knots, and it's very true. So the shorter your tails are, the better it is. So on 1 needle, you're going to pick up 1 of your 3mm fire polish, and I'm using, what color is this? It's called Hyacinth, but it really looks red to me. So 1 3mm fire polish, you're going to pick up 1 of your 8mm pearls on 1 needle. Okay, and pull your needle through that like this. Put your needle in the mat, pick up your other needle, and go through the pearl the same way from the bottom up. So both your needles are exiting out of the same way, like this. Okay, and then bring your 2 needles together in your hand like this. Bring this down and center this on your, bend your fire polish in there so it sits nice and straight like that. Now you're going to drop that. Pick up another one of your 3mm fire polish like so. Pull it off the needle and take your other needle and cross it through in the opposite direction like this. Okay? And then just bring this down very carefully, that you don't pull it too hard that you lose your center. And kind of get that one sitting the same way sideways as the other one. So just give it a little play with your needle and then pull it. Now for once, now the way I done this component is probably odd how we're using 2 needles, because you'll see. It's kind of convenient to use 2 needles as opposed to using 1. Now on one side, I'm only going to be working with 1 needle. The other one is down in my mat, and it's going to stay there until I pick it up. Now what you're going to do is you're coming out here on your 3mm fire polish. You're going to pick up 2 of your 15-0s. Now I didn't check all my Superduos, but make sure you check the holes, and I can already see that one's plugged, that both holes are open. So I'm going to check 3 of them and pick up 3 Superduos and 2 more 15-0 seed beads. So this is what you have on your needle: 2 15-0s, 3 Superduos, and 2 15-0s. Now all you're going to do is come through around to the other side of your fire polish and enter it this way, and just sit these on top like that. So you have this. Okay, put this needle down in the mat now. Turn your work over, and you're going to perform the same thing with your other needle. Pick up 2 15-0s, 3 Superduos, and I'm going to check the holes as I go. 2 and 2 15-0s. Okay, that's what I have. Now you're coming out of the fire polish on this side. Now you're just going to exit it this way. So now both your threads are still in the same fire polish, but exiting in the opposite directions. So just give this a tight pull like that. And this is what you've got. Now, some people can be really OCD about seeing threads. I mean, I'm really OCD about it, but the little tiny bits of thread that you're gonna see here, nobody's gonna go like this up to your bracelet and go, oh, I see a thread. Oh, look, I see another little tiny thread. It's like a hairline thread, so let's not grope over that, okay? Now, what you're going to do now is, on that same needle that you were working with, let me move that one out of my way, keep everything pulled nice and tight, okay? Is take your needle and go through your 250 nose and through all 3 of these Superduos, and just stay in the bottom hole and exit out of the 3 Superduos, pulling your thread nice and tight. Okay? So I'm exiting out of the bottom of the Superduos. Let me bring this up a wee bit more because I'm pretty sure you guys must be having a hard time seeing what I'm doing. Alright? I will show you guys again just because I'm lame like that. Pick up 2 15-0 seed beads on your needle and exit through your first Superduo, but in the top hole this time. Placing your 2 15-0s right there. Now you're going to pick up another Superduo, check the hole, and go through the top of the next Superduo. Pick up another Superduo, check the hole, and go through the top of this Superduo, like so. Okay, so now you should have that. Now pick up 2 15-0s and dropped back down into the bottom hole of this last Superduo you've been in. So just go back through all 3 of these Superduos in the bottom, like that. So I managed to get through all 3 of them in one pass. And pull. Okay. Now keep pulling your thread tight. Now we're just going to stop here for now, and then we're going to go and do it on this side now, just because the site's nice and tight and we want to tighten this end up as well. So let's go finish this side. So put that needle in your mat and pull your other needle out. And let's do the same thing again. So go through, you're coming out of your Firepolish, go through the 2 15-0s and through all 3 of the bottoms of your Superduos and exit out of the Superduo and pull. So it should be nice and snuggy tight there. Okay. Now you're going to pick up 2 15-0s and you're going to go up and exit into the top hole of that Superduo you're exiting out of, like that. And I'm just going to keep pulling my work nice and tight. Now I'm going to pick up another Superduo, check the hole, exit into the next Superduo, placing that one there. Pick up another Superduo and exit into the next Superduo, like so. Okay, now you're going to pick up 2 15s, drop down into the bottom and go through all the bottoms of your Superduos again. This you might not make in one pass, but I did. Look at that. And pull. Alright, so now you have this so far. Isn't that cute? Alright, so now we've got our ends kind of tightened up in here. The middle's still a tiny bit loose, but it will tighten up when we go through and add our 11-0s on the side. So not to worry about that too much. Now go up into the 2 15-0s right above your Superduo and go through the top hole of the Superduo and the bottom of the 2 that you put on, and just go right across until you're exiting out of the top of, I'm just going through the top and the bottom of the new ones, and I'm exiting out of the top of this one. Try not to hit those, snag those 15-0s, and pull that nice and tight. Okay, this is going to seem like it's a little bit crooked and lopsided for now, just till we get it straight. Oopsies, I didn't want you to exit out of there. Made a mistake. Back up. Back up. Sorry. I wanted you to exit out of this. See the two new Superduos that you put on? Exit out of the bottom of that one. Then pick up two 15-0s. Whoops, there's 3. And then I'll exit into the top of that second set of Superduos you put on. So that's what you should have. Now you're going to pick up an old Superduo. Place it in there going into the next hole of the next Superduo. Pull that in place. And pick up two 15-0s and go back through the bottom of that one, the top of the middle one, through those 3. So it's this one, the middle one, and that end one. And you're going through the bottoms. And pull nice and tight. And this really came loose. Wow. This is why we need to keep our work pulled very tight. And I didn't want it to come that loose. But I'll fix it, not to worry. Not to worry. Just slide this over. When I put my 11-0s in there, I'm going to pull that very tight in the middle there. Okay, so we're done over here for now. Now you're going to put your needle aside, and then you're going to pick up your other needle, and we're going to go and do the same thing we just did in this one. So now we're exiting out of the Superduo, go up into the two 15-0s, pull it nice and tight. Now you want to exit through this Superduo on the top and the bottom one, or the bottom hole of the top Superduo, and then you're going to exit right out of that second Superduo like that. Okay, and pull nice and tight. Now you're going to pick up two 15s, and you're going to exit in the top of that Superduo, whoops, and pull like that. Now you're going to pick up one Superduo, and you're going to go across into the top hole of that Superduo. Okay, and you're going to pick up two 15s. You're going to go back down in the bottom of that one, in the top of the second one, and in the bottom of the third one. And you got to go up in those 15-0s anyways. So now I want you to exit, go through your two 15s, the top of that Superduo, and in the bottom of the new one you just put on, like that. Okay? Wow, that really loosened up on me, but that's okay, I'll fix it. Now you're going to pick up two 15s, and you're just going to exit in the top hole of your Superduo. Pick up two more 15s, and go back down into the bottom hole of your Superduo. So you just kind of went in a circle. Alright, like that. Now you're going to go up into those two that you put on, and just through the Superduo, not snagging any of those 15-0s. Okay, like that. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now on this end one here, I'm alternating colors in the red and the silver in the 11-0s. So I'm going to pick up one red, one silver, one red, one silver, one red, one silver, and one red. And you should have 7 beads, 2, 4, 6, 7 beads on your needle. Now you're just going to make a circle and go back through just the Superduo. So I'm just going through the Superduo like so, making a circle. And I hit the 15-0. Pretty sure I did. Yes, there we go. And pull that. So there's our one loop. Now you're going to reinforce this and go through it one more time. So I'm just going to go through all this side one more time, like that, and through your Superduo, like that, and just the Superduo for now. Okay, and pull that tight. Now set this component aside, or needle, sorry. Pick up your other needle. Now you're going to work your way up here to finish off this end here. So go through the 2 15s, through the top of that Superduo here, and the bottom of the top one, and in the top of that Superduo. And don't go through the 15-0 like I did. And pull. Okay. Now you're going to pick up 2 15s, exit through the top of your Superduo, pick up 2 more 15s, and exit through the bottom. So you just made a circle. Okay, like that. Now flip it around and go back up through the 15s, the 2 15s, and through the whole of the Superduo only. And it's really easy to snag those 15-0s because I keep doing it. Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to pick up 1 red, 1 silver, 1 red, 1 silver, 1 red, 1 silver, and 1 red. And you're going to have 7 beads on your needle like so. Come around and make a circle and go through just the top of your Superduo like that, and pull. Turn it around and work your way up through reinforcing that ring that you just made. And through the Superduo. And pull. Nice and tight. Okay, so now this is where we're going to have to do some tightening up in this middle piece so we can have our piece being straight again. So this is what you have. Now all we're going to do is add in 4 11-0s, and I'm going to use 4 silver ones. They're silver lined Tohos. Alright, now we're exiting out of our Superduo, so you're going to work your way down through the first 2 15-0s up where you're exiting. Like that. And pull. Now you're going to pick up 1 11-0, and then you're going to exit through the next 2 15-0s on the next Superduo. So place that 11-0 in there, like that. Pick up another 11-0, and now you're going to exit through these 2 15-0s here, and place that bead in there. Now over here, we're going to stop, and then we're going to pick up this needle, and we're going to do the same thing. So you're exiting out of your Superduo, drop down into the first 2 15-0s, like so. Let me just move that one out of my way. And now you're going to pick up 1 11-0, drop down into the next 2 15-0s, like so. And pick up another 11-0 and drop down into the 2 15-0s. Oh boy, I'm in the wrong side. Doesn't really matter. Alright, just keep working. I don't know how that happened, but I wasn't supposed to be on the same side as the other one. I should have checked that. Oh well. Now I want to be down this side so I can pull this back in tight again, like this. So I'm exiting out of these 2. I'm going to go right across here in these 3 Superduos, if I can, which I should be able to. Maybe. Okay, I'm just going to do one at a time. Trying to go through all 3 of them is going to be impossible. But I can go through 2. Oh, perfect. Now, I'm in where I want to be. Now, I'm going to exit through those two bottom ones. No, I don't want to be exiting there. Okay. I'm going to weave my way back up to this top here because I didn't want to be in this place. I can't pull my work tight now if I stay. Oh wow, my needle broke. The eye pin just broke off. Wow, what a beautiful needle. Well, I ain't getting another one. I'm just going to use this one for now. The bent crap one. I never expected that to happen. Okay, try this again. Alright, move this thread out of my way now. So I was just trying to exit through my Superduos and just weave my way up to the top there. And I'm only going through, if this happens to you, I'm just weaving through the Superduos. I'm staying in my thread path. It's important that you stay in your thread path. If you could get your needle in there, that would be fantastic. Very good. It's very tight. Oh, Lord, love a duck. Yeah, well, I'll just go around. I'll fake it. Oops, I didn't want to go into the 15-0 though. 15-0s are so darn easy to snag. Okay. Huh. Well, I need to be on this side. All I have to do is exit up here. There we go. Pull it tight. Perfect. Now I'm just going to work all the way around in a circle. So I'm just going through this ring of beads. So I'm exiting over here. That was a heck of a challenge, but I did it. If there's a will, there's a way, guys. Always. There we go. Finally. Now we're going to pick up another 11-0 in a silver and exit through those two 15s. Pick up another 11-0, exit through these two 15s, your bottom set, like that. And I really don't know how this came this loose. It's retarded. Now, you need to go through these two beads. Nope, don't pick up any beads. Through your Firepolish. And I am going to tie a 1/2 knot there because I don't like how loose that came on me. Pull it tight. Go through the two beads here around your around your pearl there. And pull it tight, and now up through those two beads. So you're not adding anything in these 8 beads that you just went through, and that just tightens that right back up to being in the middle again. Do you see what I did? Real easy. Now, just to be safe that it doesn't come loose on you, keep it nice and snug and tie a 1/2 knot. If you ever run into this problem, tying 1/2 knots will make it a lot harder to loosen up on you while you're working with it. So there you go. Learn something. Huh, probably already knew that. Pick up another 11/0 and exit through the next two 15/0s, like so. Pick up another 11/0 and exit all the way through up here. Now I'm going to tie this one off because this one is done and this component is finished, but we just need to tie off now. Oh, it's not, oh yeah, it is finished. Yeah, I finished all the beads. So I'm just going to tie it off. I tied off all the other ones in this little loop here. So go up a couple of beads, wrap your thread around like a circle, put it between your two beads, and wrap it twice, surgeon's knot, and pull nice and tight. Exit through a couple more beads, a couple or three, and pull this carefully. Not sure why it's not moving. I'm not too sure what happened here. I think I went right through a thread or something. Wow. Really don't know what happened here. And exit through these two beads, or one bead anyways. And then now you're going to tie another half hitch knot. Hope that thread didn't break there, because I'll be really upset if it did. Pull. Nice and tight. And exit through some more beads. And through your Superduo if you can. It might be at its limit of passes of thread. Feels like mine is. So, in all honesty, I'm just going to cut this one off and call it a day. It's done. So snip it off. Now I'm going to rethread the other end and tie this one off. Look at this needle, how it bent. Wow. Crappy needle. That's why I hate working with 11/0s, but, or 12, size 12 beading needles, because they bend so easy. And I'm really hard on needles. Super hard on needles. Okay, come on, baby. Get in there. Oh, I think I've even pinched. You know what? I have a 12 or size 10 right here. It's probably not going to go through these beads, but let me try. It's that or get off my ass and go get another needle, and I don't feel like it right now, because that would mean I have to pause the video, add this clip in, and we don't want to do that. No. All I'm doing is going to tie this off anyways. So, I'm going to go up through these two 15/0s maybe. I'll hold my breath. Ooh, it feels pretty tight. Oh yeah, that's tight as could be, but it still went through. And then you're going to go through these two 15/0s and through those 15/0s, and we're just going to exit through that 11/0. And I'm going to tie half hitch knot wherever I can, just to secure this thread. Okay, go through your 15s and that 11/0, and if you're not going to tie 3 half hitch knots, at least tie 2 surgeon's knots, and that's what I did. So 2 surgeon's knots and through a couple of beads. Don't break them, don't break. Alright, and snip her off. Okay, so that is a super easy, fun Christmas ornament component. Now you can make anything with these. You can make a pair of earrings and hang some dangles off of this and hang this part on your earring. I don't think it would make a nice ring, although it may make a nice ring. Actually, that would make a nice ring. Maybe I'll make a ring. Isn't that cute? Makes a beautiful ring. That's what I'm going to make. I'm going to make one for a ring because it is pretty. Now, let's get back to our bracelet here. So, if you noticed, your pearl, this work that you do, kind of sits on the bottom of the pearl. See, it's not quite in the middle of the pearl. You don't want it in the pearl because this is the top part of your bracelet. So that's why you got to watch where your top of your pearls are. So see, all my pearls are all on the top. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys notice this, but your phone doesn't ring. But when you start doing something and you need it to be quiet, the phone rings, the doorbell rings, somebody comes, and the dogs bark. So of course it's just solicitors. God. Irritating. Alright, so now we're going to use our oval jump ring, and we are going to use our pliers. So you're going to take, actually I like using the thin tipped ones on here. God, I love these new pliers I got from Beadsmith. But I actually got these from Beadaholique. It was a whole kit. So beautiful, these pliers. Now I'm going to open that pretty wide, as you can see. And I'm going to take the middle of the jump ring, because it's an oval one, and I'm going to hook, and I'm making sure my bracelet is, all the pearls are upright. Okay, this is where you want to make sure it's upright. You want to put one end of your jump ring on there. Make sure you pick up your other component so it's going into the jump ring the same, and make sure you drop that one like I did. And then I'm going to grab this with the pliers, and we're going to close this up nice and tight. Like that. Now, that's not closed. Wow, way opened. There, now it's closed, but every time I use these oval jump rings, this is what they do to me. Do you see? So I take my pliers. Wow. This is a mess. Hang on. I gotta fix this before I crunch it. Okay. I take my pliers and I push down on that oval jump ring to put it back straight like that. So now it's flush again. See? I don't go hog wild and squish the snot out of it. I just give it a little squish, and then I just line it right back up straight again. And that's it. Alright, so now I've got 4 components made. Let's have a try on. And it looks like this is going to be a perfect size, because now I just have to add my toggle bar. Now, because this is a toggle bar with the toggle hole, this hole is down on the side of it, I'm going to put a couple extra jump rings in this just so it goes through the toggle like this easily, and then lay across the heart like that. Okay, so you got to pay attention to your toggles too. Like if you don't have enough jump rings on the end of it, so I'm just using some 5mm here. I don't know how many I'm going to need. Just pay attention to stuff like this. And then you'll wonder why this won't go through here, because you're going to be pulling this end in with it when you put your toggle on. So again, you're going to need both your pliers. Grab one, open it up, like so. Hook your toggle in there and close it up, like so. Okay, so that's definitely not going to be enough. So I'm going to pick up another jump ring. And I want my toggle to lay flat properly. So I'm going to keep putting jump rings on until it's perfect. So I'm laying this out. I'm going to put this jump ring on here onto the bracelet end, and we're going to close it up nice and tight. Like that. And it's like that. And I think I'm going to put one more jump ring. So I'm putting 3 on. I don't like that one. And open this up. So take this jump ring, pick up this one, like so, and make sure your toggle is straight, like that, your toggle bar. And I got my grandkids here, so you can probably hear them in the background. My husband had to take them upstairs and watch TV in the bedroom because they were making way too much noise downstairs. So, I mean, with 3 jump rings in there, it really didn't add all that much length to my bracelet because they are small jump rings. You see, it didn't add a lot. But let me see if I can do it up without any hassle. If it's going to give me a hassle, you guys will hear me scream. So, as you can see, the angels, this bracelet fits perfect. And look at that closure. Is that not just the cutest thing ever? And the angel I have facing me, and that's my mommy. I kind of would suggest, I'm going to flip this around, only because it's going to be easy to slip this out. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'll show you guys what it'll look like when I'm finished. So I'm going to open this up, switch ends. Actually, I'm going to have to put another toggle, or another piece on, and close that up because my toggle will not lay flat now if I put it on that direction. So put it this way, and then I'll open this jump ring up, and then that way it'll get good and closed. Put that on like so. Close this one up nice and tight. And let's see if it lays flat again. So it does. Now, like I said, I'm going to hang a little dangle off that. But let me show you guys what exactly I was talking about. All right. When I put this on, whoops. When I put the angel into the toggle now, the skinny part of the heart is going to hold that angel on like this. Instead of sitting in the wider part, it's a lot easier for me to lose my toggle bar in there than it is on the end, because now it's pulled nice and snug on the heart. And really, in all honesty, I really don't think I'm going to add anything on the end of that heart. I'm just going to leave it. But is this not the cutest bracelet ever? I guess you guys will love this one too. Let me just zoom out a bit. Look at. It's a nice thin one. It would make a beautiful necklace. Sorry, excuse me. That just came on way too fast. I have so many allergies, guys. It seems the older I get, the worse my allergies are getting. So I'm really sorry for that. I could have shut the camera off, but I still wouldn't have made it. So anyways, I'm calling this Christmas ornament bracelet. It is just, I love it. This is actually one of the best bracelets I have ever made. I think anyways. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed video 2 of the series 2 in the Christmas bracelets. And I will see you. You guys can actually hang dangles off in between if you kind of want you want your bracelet a little more fuller. You can hang dangles off on each side here if you wanted to. I'm not going to, because I'm not going to overcrowd my bracelet. I'm not going to, you know, junk it up. I want it to just remain like that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I will see you guys soon on the next video. And if you make this, don't forget to post it on Facebook, because I'm still running the contests for the I Bead For You, my Facebook page. I have a monthly draw, and I have new prizes I ordered from Fire Mountain Gems coming, and they are bracelet kits, and they are so beautiful that I'll be giving those away as monthly prizes too. So I'll see y'all soon on the next video. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.